Picture this. I'm standing in a glitzy Chicago ballroom, surrounded by clinking glasses, fake laughs, and enough gold chandeliers to make you dizzy. My name's Ethan Caldwell, a guy who's built a fortune from nothing, and tonight, I'm untouchable, so I thought. Then, across the room, my eyes lock onto her, my ex-wife, Lila Harper, and three little boys who look like they stepped out of my old baby photos, staring right back at me. Man, my heart stopped. Lila, radiant in a deep emerald gown, was a vision I hadn't seen in 6 years, not since our messy divorce. Those boys' triplets, maybe 4 years old, with my hazel eyes and curly black hair hit me like a freight train. My champagne glass shook in my hand, and my date, Chloe, this sharp-tongued real estate heiress, nudged me. Ethan, you look like you've seen a ghost. She wasn't wrong. Lila was my ghost, the love I'd lost, and those kids, were they mine? My mind raced 6 years since we split. They'd be about the right age. I felt joy, panic, guilt, all at once, like I was drowning in my own skin. Lila saw me too. Her calm cracked, just for a second, her hands pulling the boys closer, protective, fierce. I wanted to run to her, but my feet were glued to the marble floor. Chloe's voice cut through. Who's that woman, Ethan? Why are you staring? Her tone was all claws, but I barely heard her. I was watching Lila usher the boys toward the exit, like she was about to vanish again, this time with my kids. Lila, wait, I blurted, shoving my glass into Chloe's hand, weaving through the crowd like a man possessed. Chloe's, Ethan, what the hell, trailed behind me, but I didn't care. I caught them at the coat check, Lila scooping up one boy while the other two clung to her. Lila, I said, voice raw, please. She turned, slow, her brown eyes glistening with a storm of feeling, shock, maybe fear. Hello, Ethan, she said, cool but shaky, like she was holding herself together with thread. The boys peeked at me, curious, their faces a mirror of my own. Are they? I couldn't finish, my throat tight. Lila's jaw clenched. These are my sons, she said, emphasis on my, not answering but answering all the same. My heart sank and soared. Me sons. I knelt down, eye level with them. Hey, I'm Ethan, I said, voice soft, an old friend of your mom's. The oldest, Noah, gave a shy wave. Lucas, the middle one, grinned wide, and little Owen just stared, like he was sizing me up. Lila watched, tense, but let me talk. They're beautiful, I whispered, standing, my eyes locked on hers. What are their names? She hesitated, then pointed. Noah, Lucas, Owen. I repeated them like a prayer, etching each one into my soul. We moved to a quiet lounge, away from prying eyes. The boys sipped juice, giggling over fruit platters, while Lila and I faced the wreckage of our past. Why didn't you tell me? I asked, voice breaking. Her eyes flashed. Tell you what, Ethan? That I was pregnant when you let your family treat me like dirt. Her words cut deep, pulling me back to that night 6 years ago, at another gala, where my mother cornered Lila, spitting venom about her not belonging in our world, calling her a gold digger. I'd frozen then, torn between love and loyalty to my family's name. Lila walked out, and I let her, too weak to fight. She'd been pregnant, alone, and I'd failed her. I was a fool, I admitted, leaning forward, desperate. I let pride and their prejudice ruin us. I've spent every day since regretting it. Lila's tears fell, but her voice stayed steady. I raised them alone, Ethan. I couldn't risk your family taking them, judging them like they judged me. Her pain was raw, and I hated myself for it. Then Lucas piped up, Mama, is he sad? And the tension broke, just a bit. I smiled at him. Yeah, buddy, a little. I missed your mom, and I guess I missed you guys too. Lila's eyes softened, just a fraction. That night, I drove them home, stopping for ice cream to the boys' delight. Don't tell Mom. I winked, and Lila rolled her eyes, smiling despite herself. At her cozy house, I tucked the boys in, my heart breaking at their sleepy trust. In the hallway, Lila's guard dropped, and she hugged me, sobbing into my chest. I held her, tears falling too, whispering, I'm here now. Then, in a moment of reckless hope, I kissed her soft, trembling, like we'd never been apart. She kissed me back, and for a second, time rewound. We took it slow after that. I visited daily, playing with the boys, earning their trust. One day, They called me daddy, and I cried like a kid. Lila and I rebuilt, not just as parents, but as partners, until one park afternoon, she slipped her hand in mine, and I knew we were home. My parents tried to meddle, offering money to control the boy's future, but I shut them down, hard. You don't get to touch my family, I told my mother, her face pale with shock. Lila, overhearing, hugged me fierce, her last walls crumbling. Years later, we remarried under an oak tree, Noah, Lucas, and Owen carrying rings, our baby girl, Ava, giggling as the flower girl. As fireflies danced at dusk, I held Lila, our kids laughing around us. We'd nearly lost it all to pride, but love won. So what do you think? Could you forgive like Lila, or fight like me to fix a broken past? Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe for more real stories that'll tug at your heart. Let's talk what's worth fighting for in your life.